My name is Chief Bob Chamberlain of the Mushkegowuk-Tawadeno Tribal Council, the elected chief of the Kwapis First Nation. That's why my friend didn't bother even trying to say it properly. My new friend Rafe Mayer here.
You carry on.
Are you sure?
Sure. But don't be too long.
Okay. I'm really happy that you all found time on such a beautiful day to come out and show support for the wild salmon of British Columbia. It is high time now, or high tide if you like, that we put the pressure that's necessary on the Department of Fisheries and Oceans. It's time that we strip away the denial around what is available to save the wild salmon of British Columbia. I myself was in Norway this past spring. I stood both feet on a closed containment fish farm, raising Atlantic salmon just east of Burrard. And I can bet all of you $1 today that our Minister of the DFO in Norway will not visit that site. And that's a shame, because our Minister of the Department of Fisheries and Oceans is there promoting aquaculture here in British Columbia. The one thing we need to be aware of is how organized this industry is. Every bay, every inlet, every channel on the coast of British Columbia has been mapped out for fish farms. This is a reality. It is up to each of us to maintain the pressure on the governments to let them know that this is unacceptable, that the industry's impacts are not well enough known to allow for any more. It is time to act upon the reports that have been put together by your tax dollars, whether it's the Special Legislative Committee's report on sustainable aquaculture, whether it's the wild salmon, the Pacific Salmon Forum, the PSF report. Spend a lot of money doing a lot of work to come up with a list of recommendations that the governments are ignoring. These are your tax dollars. This is the experts they've brought in to inform the government, and the government is ignoring it. That to me is unacceptable. Absolutely. We need to have a look at those. There are very clear recommendations to be found within these documents about how do we restructure an industry to safeguard wild salmon as the primary purpose. Enough risk management. We hold in our country here a treasure to the world. You will not find the diversity of wild salmon stocks anywhere else. We look to our friends in Alaska. They have the foresight to not let this industry in. Their salmon populations are doing just fine. And here in BC, we've let the industry in. Our governments have remained in denial. The government, even within the new relationship context, has worked at delaying, denying, and distracting the governments and our people about what's really going on here. And it's time that every one of us that's here takes a moment or two, fire off an email to your MP, fire off an email to the Prime Minister, to Premier Gordon Campbell, and to all of your friends to do the same. It is only, I believe, through lowering the social license that will get the government to change. And that's going to take every one of us individually and collectively to do that. And to see such a gathering here on short notice, it does the heart a lot of good. And to look around to know if each of us contacts one or two more people, this circle grows. And if that bigger circle captures a few more people, it gets bigger. And as we get up to this stage, now we're talking about a social movement. We can then affect the changes that are necessary to save the wild salmon that each of us enjoy. I know I can speak the rest of the afternoon on wild salmon and fish farms. Painfully, you have enough detail. But I want to introduce my friend Rafe Mayer to say a few words.
Thank you very much, Bob, and thank you very much, all of you, for coming. In part, at least, I'm here today representing the Save Our Rivers Society. And I want you to know that we are 100% with all of you on the fish farm issue. We want you to be 100% with us as well, because what's coming up is going to be a very hard, dirty fight. It's going to be more than just sending letters. There are going to be protests. There are going to be people thrown in jail. All of that's going to happen if we're going to make an impact. Why? Because that's the only way you'll get any media coverage in here, in this province, but particularly outside the province and around the world, so we can bring pressure on these governments to do the right thing. Now, I've been around for a long time, and I've seen a hell of a lot of governments, and I've seen a lot of dissembling and perhaps shading the truth. I might well have done that myself when I was in government. But this is the first pair of governments I've ever seen, and forgive the language, that is full of fucking liars from top to bottom. They're not dissembling, they're not teasing, they're not just changing things, they are out and out lying. And we have to get that message out to the people, that they can't be trusted, they can't be believed. And we've got to get behind Bob and other people that are in the business, and their fight is our fight. If we remain divided or severable, we'll never get our job done. But if we can come together when we need to do so and show the government the force of the people that's behind us, then we're going to make something happen. Thank you for having me. Sorry I used a bad word. Stick with it.
Pass it back to Chief Bob, who's going to introduce our last speaker. I just want to say, in sort of reinforcing things, that we got this together as citizens. We are not experts. We are learning about this issue. These are our fish, and citizens have got to pick up the ball on this. We can't just leave it to researchers anymore. I'm going to hand it over to Bob.
Thank you. In closing, I'd like to introduce to all of you a very dear friend of our First Nation, very dear friend of wild salmon in British Columbia, Grand Chief Stuart Phillip, President of the Union of B.C. Indian Chiefs.
Good afternoon, everyone. It's very unfortunate that we have no solar batteries. But just very, very quickly, I would like to congratulate and commend all of you for a very short notice coming out and giving the peril of our wild salmon stocks a voice, a human voice. I think it's absolutely critical that the general public see us out here. I know that the Union of B.C. Indian Chiefs have had the honor of being in front of this building on many, many occasions in the past. It wasn't that long ago we were standing here with Joy McPhail and Jenny Kwan, with Joe Foy from WC Squared, and a whole range of organizations that are understanding their responsibilities to those yet to come, to future generations, to all of our grandchildren, with respect to the beautiful gift of wild salmon to the province of British Columbia. And we are on the doorstep of the collapse of the wild salmon stocks, and governments continue to ignore their responsibilities, both federally and provincially. As far as they're concerned, this is an issue that is an economic issue, that's about jobs, and they are not committed at all to the preservation and safeguarding wild salmon stocks. So in those situations when government fails to act, we have to act. We need to stand together, we need to support each other, we have to jumpstart this. Every once in a while there's an ebb and flow to this movement, and I'm just so glad when we came up the street to see as many people that have taken the time to come out to support this issue. It's an issue that affects and impacts all of us. It's a responsibility that we all bear, and we're just going to have to continue doing this. I'm sure there are social Facebook networks and all of those kinds of things that we need to use. We know that the minister is in Norway attempting to strengthen the industry. They're certainly not over there doing any kind of study about the harmful and toxic impact they're having on the marine ecosystems and whatnot. So we just have to fight harder. We have to carry this fight on more consistently. And I thank you, each and every one of you, for being here, and I look forward to seeing you the next time. we get together. Next time we'll be in the shade. Next time we'll bring a PA system.